Hello, hope you're well. My name's Ian. I am Butcher to Vegan. As I always start off the videos, a butcher over 30 years. I've been vegan now for just over 6.5 years. So yeah, I'm just going to do a Saturday Night Live. We'll just go through a few things. Been a busy week, as you can imagine. And yeah, it's interesting. Busy. We've had a lot going on. Didn't do last Saturdays, but I did one on Sunday because I had, what did I have? We had an ice hockey match on Saturday. Cardiff Devils, O'Denny's Bulldogs. They beat them 8-5, I think it was. It's 8-3 or 8-5. I can't remember, to be honest with you. It was a great atmosphere, great experience. I did do a live on Sunday afterwards. So, yeah. Hiya, Jacqueline. Hello. You're in already, are you? Nice to have you on board. I did that. So I'm just checking on something on my phone, on my TV. Yeah, so we had that on Saturday. The week before last, sorry, guys. I was just checking something out, so it doesn't help. But yeah, we had last week I was at the ice hockey on Saturday, so we changed it to Friday and Sunday. We're back now to the Saturday Night Lives. Hope you're well, Jacqueline. How's your week been? I've got to catch up on few responses to everyone, including yourself. But I appreciate the fact that you do the comments, and because it was the birthday and everything else, so just a bit behind. Busy week. What did I do? You arc at me. Busy week. What did I do? Monday. Well, I've been on holiday for 2 weeks. I'm back to normal almost normal on Monday. It's 6 weeks holiday. It's nearly after. It's a 6 weeks holiday, so that doesn't help a lot, to be honest with you. It's still a bit quiet. Takings are massively down, but that's life. What did I do Monday? Oh, come to me in a minute. Monday. The boy to tears now. Obviously, I took Digby and Frankie out in the morning. Some days I took my friend's dog. I took Pixie. It was weird because it was Digby's birthday last Saturday. Frankie's on Wednesday. Mine on Thursday. The dog I walked on Thursday. Pixie, it was her birthday Thursday, and then it's my son-in-law's on Monday. What did Frankie get for? She had a load of treats, to be honest. A load of biscuit treats and what have you. Frankie is not a toy dog. There are currently, I'm going to say, between 18 and 22 toys in the dining room in the box. She doesn't play with them. Digby occasionally gets them out. If Dimple and Drake pop in for 10 minutes, they get them out. That's just it. Frankie's not a toy dog. She's actually in the hallway chewing on a carrot at the moment. That's her favourite treat of all. But yeah, I mean, I think sounds horrible. I got Digby a toy his birthday last Saturday, but he loves his toys. Frankie couldn't give him a time of day, to be honest. Did I get anything nice for my birthday? Well, we'll get to my birthday in a minute. Yeah, I did. I had, I was spoiled. Go through that in a minute. Last Saturday was part of my birthday because the ice hockey. I bought myself that Cardiff Devils top, which you saw me in last Saturday, on Sunday when I did the live, because I treated myself to that. Irony, it's got a dairy. It's got a dairy on it. I didn't realise until I looked at the picture because they're sponsored by them now. But no. So yeah, what did I do? From trying to get through the week first, to be honest with you, what I did. Sounds like I didn't do a lot, but I did do things, if you know what I mean, but not progressive enough. Did a bit of gardening. Right, birthday. Let's cut to the chase. My friend Ashley's got me some sweet treats, some like flapjacks and some sherbet sweets. But she got me she took me out for lunch last Saturday. We went to the ice hockey, but she got me 2 fermentation jars, actual Kilner brand, all the extra bits. Fermentation jars. They look awesome. I've got the Tim Spector fermentation book just over there, but I have not read it yet. So yeah, weird as that is. So I've got some fermentation jars, and I will use them. I've got my seed. I've got sprouting jars already, and I use them. Your cat Neddy doesn't like toys. Ty will play toys, but it's on his terms, if you know what I mean. He's getting older now, so It is on his terms. I went out for lunch with my daughter, which turned into a disaster on Thursday, in the sense that I wanted to go to. We walked for miles from her place to a cafe called Cox's Meadow Cafe. It's on Cox's Meadow, and I wanted the Meadow. They do a vegan bagel. They only of all the bagels they do one called the Meadow, and it's got beetroot, spinach, avocado, and butternut squash in it. And I've had it twice before, and I really wanted it. We got there. The person in the queue before us took the last one. Gets better than that. So she took the last one, which is fair too. She got there before us. So I ended up having a decaf coffee because I'm still on the Primal 60. Hello, everyone. Put your comments in, please, and say hello and give it a thumbs up. Be awesome. Yeah. So we went to the Meadow Cafe. I ended up with a chocolate and raspberry. I'm not cake wise. The chocolate is not my thing. I had a chocolate and vanilla slice and a decaf coffee. My daughter, who's not vegan, she ended up having a bagel, which I'm not going into. Maybe you don't need to know what it adds in it, but and yeah, it wasn't. So I was disappointed. We went to leave. I said, "Well, there's another bakery. There's another bagel. I really wanted a bagel." I said, "We'll pop there on the way back." It's a 2-minute diversion sort of thing. And then the Evans opened, and that's when I did the rain video. And it was much needed, and it was awful the amount of rain we had. But it wasn't, that's wrong. It was really bad. Hiya, mate. Hello, Jake. Thanks for being on board. Game over. Is that game over? I don't know. You'll have to explain that, mate. I'm not too sure what it's about, but fair enough. Yeah, so we what did we do? So we had to stay there. So we had another coffee there. And when you're paying like $4.60, $4.80 for a decaf coffee, and it's a small one, it's a bit steep, isn't it? So we then got to a place called the Cauldron, which is at the top of the promenade. I shot in there to get this bagel. They had none left. So I didn't have me bagel, but it gets better. Oh, sorry, the selfish exploitation gamer. Fair enough. Yeah. Let's hope so, to be honest with you there. Let's hope so. Yeah, so I didn't get it. Poor me, first of all. But then yesterday, I went to Quimbran. I went to the Queen's Inn in Quimbran with my daughter and son-in-law, and we went from there. So just bear with that. I'm going to put it up quickly. How far is it? The motorway had an accident on board, so it was a bit slow. It's 43 miles. It's an hour, but it took about an hour and a half each way yesterday with the traffic. And so, yeah, we went to the Queen's Inn. I had the vegan. It's all vegan and it's all nut-free. Double bonus for me since I've got the nut allergy. Loved it. I had... I'm going to take the audio for a minute. I had the crispy beef, which I did a short video on. I had the crispy beef, which came with some potato slices, chip slices. Bit like a double thick crisp, but they were chips slices, but some real nice pickled cucumber, really nice, and a vinegar and dressing. It was really nice. And so then we had that, and my daughter had the mixed grill, which had a lot on it. It had what did it have on it? Let's get it up. Well, I say that before I get my daughter-in-law's out, so I can tell you what she had. My son-in-law had this great big bread cob with a big piece of bread, and it had vegan mac and cheese and crispy beef in it. And he thoroughly enjoyed it because I talked to him this morning about it again. And yeah, he enjoyed it. My daughter had the mixed grill. Let me just get that. I want to tell you something about this mixed grill. It's a summer. I took a picture. We nearly went for the sharer, and we should have gone for the sharer. The sharer Chinese, to be honest with you, but we never. So, hey, Frankie. Oh, Frankie's back. Oh, Frankie says hello. She had the mixed grill, juicy marbles, fillet, barbecue chicken wings, sausages, and onion rings, among other things. To be honest, she wasn't a fan of the sausages, and it was probably the worst. The sausages were no criticism to them really, but they were like I don't know what brand they were, obviously, but they weren't the greatest. But they were like a Tesco's Cumberland or something. But I don't know what they were. I didn't try it. She asked, did I want to try one? And I didn't. Yeah, Frank is here. Birthday girl. She's 12 now. She's just had her carrot, so she's saying thank you, Dad. I've had a carrot. And yeah, I know. Yeah, so she had that, and then they had chocolate fudge. They shared a chocolate fudge slice of cake with cream, and I had the apple pie and custard. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the drama goes on. I took Frankie on a massively long walk with Digby and Lexi this morning. Yes, Frankie, calm down. And then I went to the Meadow Cafe at lunchtime and got the bagel that I was so desperate to try. It wasn't that great. It was £8.50, £8.50, and it wasn't great. I could have bought a packet of bagels with the ingredients. It just didn't do it for me. I don't know what it is. It's one of those things, isn't it? When it doesn't matter. Overall, it's been a great week. It was a bit, as you know, last week with all the faff of the kitchen oven and all that lot put us behind a fair bit. So this week's been a bit different. Did some kind. R and V got me a massive plant. It's beautiful. Might show it you in a minute. I'll show you in a bit, but Frankie's going to take this. Right, girl? So they got me a massive plant and gave me a gift card as well, which they shouldn't have done. And what I've bought is with the gift card, I bought a new camera, so hopefully the picture quality. But I've got a few problems. I only collected it from the Amazon Locker, this one. It's an Anker one, and it plugs into the USB port. But I've realised this laptop only got one USB. So bear with me, guys. Sorry. It might have two actually, but I've got to download an app for it. So I've got a new camera for when I do the lives, and it's got a mic. But I spent the money and got this mic, so I might as well use it. It wasn't the cheapest one by any means. It does the job, I believe. So I want to carry on using it. So yeah, so I've got to sort that out over the next week or so. But yeah, Frank is here. There you go. And Ty's just over there on a rug. One of the ones where I usually use for the sofa covers, but Ty's proclaimed it as his. Oh, you want to be on you can be on there if you look. If you look, you're on the camera. No? Yeah. This is the most fuss. Because I'm talking. You think I'm going crazy. Don't go for the throat, Frankie. Don't go for the throat. You haven't got an aggressive bone in you, have you, Gil? No, she hasn't. Yeah, so, what's that? I'm trying to think of all the other things. What? You're right there, Gil. You're finding it difficult to balance on that, aren't you? Okay, Gil. Just check something. Just bear with me for a sec. Oh, Frankie. Hello, Frankie. Hello, Ow. Do you know, I've said it. I think I've said it every live video so far, Frankie. Don't work with children or animals, but she's my business partner, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, I know what we did. Wednesday. Yes, I abandoned you on your birthday, didn't I, in the evening? She spent some time. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've been blessed with both. Well, with Willow, Peggy. Willow was well before this channel's day. Peggy was in a lot of the first videos, especially the shorts. And Frankie, I've been blessed, to be honest with you. Yeah, she just wants a bit of fuss. Look, she's moving the store that the laptop's on. Hey, come on up. Hey, can you come up? Let's get this back. Come on up. Come on up. Your audience want you. Come on, come here. Can you come? Come here. Okay. Good girl. Come on. Yeah. So she's just in a bit of a fussy mood tonight. She wants a bit of fuss, which is fair enough. And yeah. Yes. I know, girl. I know. Yes, I went to Far's Animal Rescue Sanctuary for Carol surprise birthday get together, and that's what the cake. Jacqueline says hello to you as well, Frankie. And Tracy says, "What a beautiful girl you are," and Frank is now abandoning me because she thinks I'm going mad. I think talking on the phone, but yeah. So where we going? I went over to the sanctuary and I had quite a late night, to be honest with you. Stayed. It takes an hour to get there back. I stayed a couple of hours longer than I thought I'd stay probably, but it was real nice to get together. Before. Okay, what's the matter? I know. You whack that tail. Yes, the rhythmic beat with her tail. Okay. I know, baby. Okay. You okay? You okay? You want to settle down? You want to settle down? It's not hot. It's really cool, actually. That's why I do it on the beginning of this. But yeah. Yeah, so we went to... I keep saying we. I went to Carol's surprise birthday party, but I didn't take it. I just did 2 short videos. I never got to see Tom, actually. Saw a few of the sheep. Had a bit of a fuss with a few of the sheep. I did the barbecue side of things with all the burgers. We all have burgers. But yeah, it was just a nice get together for Carol. I know. But yeah. That's it. I'm trying to think. That's about it. But it's been a good week. I feel... What's going on? What is going on with you? Feels like I do feel recharged. I'm a bit tired because I went to the gym this afternoon. The Primal 60 challenge is still on. We're on day, I think it's 53 now, of 60 days. So yeah, it's near an end. But I think it ends something weird like September the 2nd or September the 1st. I haven't done an update video. Just been busy. And to be honest with you, I've been struggling. What's going on? Do you want to come up? Come on. What you want? If you could talk, I'd be a millionaire. So I'd sell you. $2. I'd sell you for $2. I would. You know I'm a liar, and I wouldn't. Yes, you know. I'll sell you for £1 million. Don't push it though. 1,000,001 might take it. Oh. Yeah. She's on the floor now with her belly from the fuss. It's really weird, isn't it? They pick their moments. What's he doing? I can't read that. Trying to. Message retracted. Okay. Don't know what you're going to put there. I didn't read it. Okay. Yeah, she's honestly, she's absolutely fine. She's just decided. The truth is, she hasn't had an evening walk. She went on a massive walk this morning. If I do 7.5 Ks, I average. I reckon they do at least 25% more than me. My daughter goes crazy when she phones me. Yeah, usually it's Ty that I have to worry about with the counter, but Ty's been grooming himself over there. And usually Frank is just like, yeah. I might get her. Do you want a treat? I'm going to go and get her a treat, okay? To get her a bone. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to get Frankie a treat. So she calm down. Whoa. Can you stay here while I go and get your treat? Will you talk to the audience for me? Yeah, can I go and get you one? Okay. Come on then. Give me a treat, baby shit. Right, just be 1 second, guys. Oh. Get a treat. And then Ty went up to the counter as well. expecting me to feed him, but I haven't got time. So this is what Frankie will have. Go on then. Go. She might leave us alone for 2 minutes now. She might. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got a few on board already. We've got 7 people on board. You got any questions, any thoughts? What you got up this weekend? Anything at all, please share. We're all here for each other. I mean, it's what it's about, isn't it? Making a bit of a community. I'm open. Do you know what? The one thing I am looking forward to about the autumn nights is it's 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. There's nowhere I'd rather be than wrapped up in the living room. I'm just chatting with you guys because I'm not the biggest social animal out there. I wish, I don't want to say I wish I was. I'm not that sociable person. I don't need it. I really don't. But yeah, so that was the week. I've got some more books as well. I've got 3 books, I believe. What did I get? They're over there, but I'm wearing my glasses, but my eyesight's still shocking. I'm hoping the picture quality is okay. When I get this camera sorted for next weekend, I got it. I tried it for an hour beforehand, but we had no internet for 2 hours this afternoon, so I couldn't try it then. And I was a bit worried that I'd have to cancel the live, so go through that. So I'm going to try working out. It's got a microphone. I've just realised there's a USB on the other side as well, so I can try that. But I'm hoping the picture quality is okay for now. It's about getting the experience right, isn't it? That's why I got the microphone. I got the new camera for the laptop. We'll just see how we get on. But yeah, it would be nice to see your new plant. Okay, now this is a big plant, so just bear with me. I'm going to get it. I'll show you now. I've moved it from the window. It's out by the window. I'm here. I'm just getting the plant. Okay. I've got to get it nice. I've got to get it a nice pot. I'm totally aware of that, but I only got this on Thursday and I've been busy. Well, it's blinking huge. It's a huge plant. Beautiful leaves on it as well. And it's lovely. It's massive. It really is big. I mean, don't do it justification. But yeah, going to get a nice pot for that. Yeah. Really lovely plant. I like my plants. And the thing is, Envy like plants as well, so, but more outdoors. But she grows some amazing avocado plants. They're about this big now. Some of them, one of them's quite big. I'd say one of them's good 12 to 18 inches. She gave my daughter one and it's doing really well as well. Yeah, I do like it. I mean, it's a beautiful plant. I like plants. I went through a phase of rescuing all my daughter's plants, i.e. bringing them back to life sort of thing, if you remember the other month. And we saved up, but we got a lot of cuttings and a lot coming back, so she'll have some more back later on in her place. But my daughter's new home is really good for catching the sunlight in the kitchen diner area, so her plants should do really well there, I hope, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was a beautiful plant. And I got a gift card, and I did feel guilty when they gave me the gift card because I know they don't have a lot and I don't want their money. But yeah, so I was looking at something on my laptop then. I'll just read them what it says because I've got the Aspire 14 Go 14 HDMI Acer sensor. Just caught me. But yeah, I was going to say, I do like my plants. I'm going to get a propagator. I used to have an electric propagator, but they got some at Amazon. I'm going to get a double propagator. I've got some of the ones which you just put the plastic covers over and all that lot, but this is an electrical one. I'm going to get one so that we get well into. Let's start back. Many, many moons ago, I had my own allotment. I was on the waiting list for 8 years. I got it, and then I had to wait years to get permission to have a polytunnel. And then work commitments got too much. Like the 1 year, it just got too much and I didn't do enough. And then they were like, oh, we want to give it to someone else. But I had a polytunnel and I used to go down there even on Christmas morning and get all the herbs fresh because they were in the polytunnel. But throughout the years, I did tomatoes. I've talked about this a few times previously, and I actually been watching a few. So what did I have? I had a 15-foot polytunnel, which was tall, quite wide as well. You are gross. My allotment on the outskirts. I had a big compost set up at the very back. Then I had 2 plum trees and 2 plum trees and an apple tree. I had a pond which we put on there ourselves. My daughter had a raised bed full of strawberry plants, and then we had a separate raised bed for salad where we do lettuce, spinach, spring onions, beetroot, that kind of thing. We always had potatoes on the go somewhere, because you do potatoes where you wanted to outbreak the ground down naturally, sort of thing, ready for the next crop. So we used to have potatoes. We had a fruit cage which we had tay berries, raspberries, blackberries, white currants, red currants, black currants, mulberries. I think we had 16 different bush types. I've got a couple in the garden, but I don't take that. I let the birds have them, to be honest with you. The wildlife is about that for me. But when I had the allotment, I had one of those netted cages over it as well. So I had those, and then we did sweet corn, honey onions. I never did leeks. When there was a big outbreak of leek moth on the allotment one year, so everyone was losing their leeks, and I just never got into doing leeks. I had rhubarb. So I'd have rhubarb in the spring. My neighbour had a lot of asparagus beds, so we had asparagus, but I'm not the biggest fan of asparagus. It didn't bother me that much. Trying to think what else. But in the polytunnel, I do peppers. I did aubergine. I tried all sorts of different chilies, all sorts of different things in there, and it was really good. So I'm into my growing, but I do like the plants, like flower plants, and I do talk to them. I find it therapeutic watering them. So yeah, I like my plants. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I used to have an allotment before. I think I'm going to do a bit more in my back garden next year. I've got an apple tree, cooking apple tree, and which those two are overgrowing from next door. But I've actually got a pear tree, and I've got a next door that side's got a plum tree. But the pear tree, I've got more pears than I've ever had before on it, but they've stopped growing about beginning of July. So I'm hoping that they'll get a sprout on now if we get a bit more rain. But we haven't had enough rain by any means of the imagination. So yeah. Can you hear Frank's? Talking about you, I've got a fidget bum on you. What's wrong? What is wrong with you? It's me, is it? It's not you, it's me. Okay. Good to know, thank you. Oh, give me 5, eh? Thank you. That bags. She's got it on her. And yet she was shattered earlier because I took her for a long walk. Can't win, can you? Take a lesson out of Tice, but look at him, he's just chilling there. He ties like the cat that's got the cream. She's got the rug, which usually goes, I use it as a throw on the sofa, and he's just got it all to himself, and he's not sharing. It's in a 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot square lump, soft and fluffy for him. He's happy. But yeah, if anyone's got any thoughts, comments, views, anything at all, share them, please do. They are welcome. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Jake put yo Frankie. Yeah, say yo back. Yeah, so yeah, it's all good. Back to work Monday. Maybe a bit quiet still Monday. I've got a few still off, and then I've got some off until the second week of September. But it'd be nice at the end of June next week, and then have a long weekend. That'd be nice. Jacqueline, I have a lot of plants. My twin daughters who live with me have loads, and gradually fill the front room where I live and sleep. Okay. I hope you're okay. I know you've got you've explained you've got a few medical issues. I hope you're okay. I live with my grandparents from when I was born, and my nan passed. You right there? I'm trying to think. My nan passed just after I turned 16. My grandma, but my nan had to live in the living room from about when I was about, I don't know, 10 or 11. For 5 or 6 years, she lived in the living room. Her bed was in the living room and the TV. And yeah, I hope you're okay. But plants are lovely, aren't they? The one thing my nan never had in her living room was she was her children got her flowers. She had maybe one plant, maybe 2. And I'll be honest, in this room, I've only got one plant. But if you go into my kitchen, there are a number of plants, but then there are far more plants that will be indoors that are outside because the sunlight and the water, we give them the rainwater, it works for us, So, yeah, yeah, plants are lovely. Um, I think it's called a spider plant out there, and I've got a beautiful outdoor open down plant in the kitchen. Might show it you when I do the cooking videos, which are coming very soon. They will be coming along very soon. I'm going to have to start practicing the angles because my kitchen, my stove, and my hob are in a corner. So it's not ideal, but I'm going to work on it and see how to cook and do. But yeah, I think plants are lovely. I like plants a lot. Yeah, I do. I like my plants. Um, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, Jacqueline. Gradually filled the front room you put. I like that. Yeah, it's I had another plant in here that went into the kitchen for more sunlight, and now it's out in the garden. It's quite big, and it's in a big terracotta pot. I'm going to have to change the pot. The pot's got a crack in it, and it'll come to that seasonal time when it went. But the trouble is, on me, it's making sure the plants get enough light. I'm terrible. These curtains have been opened a lot more, but there'd have been years where they were shut solid. I'm not one for. I like my boundary. I like my space. I'm a bit of I'm an introvert, extrovert, to be honest with you. And my cave, when I used to work, I used to go into the room. I used to have the dining room I swapped the dining room and living room round, and I liked it because it was darker, and I never opened the curtains. It's got a table and chairs and a desk. I've got a desk, which I did a lot of my original videos from the desk in the dining room, to be honest with you. But where am I going with this? I used to do a lot of my videos in there, and I'll probably revert back to there for some stage for a while. But trying to get my thing up. Sorry, just ready for when it gets dark and I shut the curtains in 20 minutes or so. But yeah, just trying to. Sorry, not let me check. I was trying to check something, but it won't let me do it. That's all right. We don't need it. Just trying to get it ready. It's getting dark, isn't it? I have got some lighting that which I use in the dining room, which I can put in the big lighting, so I can put them in here to brighten it up a bit in the autumn months as well. But yeah, as I say, guys, please share any thoughts, any wisdom. I don't know if Jane's still down this way. To be honest, she was down this way this beginning of the week. I never saw her, but she was down this way, and we probably only about 7 or 8 miles apart at one stage because we were both towards Stratford Way. But I don't know. And Ali, the irony is, Ali made a comment last night quite late, and I nearly said, "Should we do a live just so I could chat with her?" But I hope she's okay. Yeah. And then, of course, I can't think of his name now. Glove Man will probably come on later on, but I'm not going to be wearing gloves. It's just I thought back. It's weird, isn't it? When I thought about it, why would I even think about it? It's not something that I'm interested in. But doing is wearing gloves, so I'll have to just say when he comes on next, sorry, it's just not going to happen. If he wants to subscribe, or if he has subscribed, that is, or just log off, then that's his prerogative, I guess, is the way to use the word, isn't it? But yeah, so there's actually a plant sale in a school, which obviously closed. They've got a plant sale at Pittville School, which is 2.5 miles from my house. I might go to this tomorrow lunchtime, something like 12:30 to 4. I was originally going to go to Bath and go to the vegan market. It's too far, too much of a faff. And there are a couple of vegan markets the following weekend. So I thought, you know what? I don't need to do the Bath one. I don't need anything. So why am I going to? I like to go and support them, obviously, but I don't need anything. So I can leave it another week. And Bath's a beautiful city, but it's getting in and getting out of the city. That's the pain in the royal backside. So I might go to see if I wants to go, because V's with her family in Wales at the moment, but ours here. And I'll see. I might see if she wants to go, because she'll get a few. She always looks for a bargain though. And yeah, I get that. So might do that tomorrow before. And I've got a pile of ironing, and I'll have to do a review on the steamer. And I was around my daughter and son-in-law's this morning, and my daughter was out, my son-in-law was there, and he was steaming a t-shirt. And I thought, oh, I actually do a better job than you, but yeah, I'm going to do it. We got the views. Let's quick sip. I have got all the literature done, to be honest with you guys. For the next few videos, like I've said, I've done all the homework on it, so I write it all down. I will get round to recording and releasing the how much YouTube paid me for how many days it was up to a certain day, and yeah, I'll do it to the end of the month, and then I'll do them every 2 or 3 months, I expect, or once a month. We'll see. But because the money went to Fars, I've got nothing to hide. I might do that one. Well, I'm not. I will do that one soon. I've actually got a vegan food review. I think I've got enough in there now for a vegan food review, so that's going to come. You'll have your food shop early next week. There are a few others up there. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. So yeah, I've got those to do. What else am I thinking of? I've got my food. I'll start doing the cookbook reviews. But do you know what? I bought 3 more books this week. One's called Cook Science, and it's not a vegan book, but it's a scientific-based book about food. Well, I thought that's different. I'll get that. But I realised I've got to put them all separately. I used to have 14 books that I needed to read. I've got far more than, which I haven't started. I've got far more than that now. But I've got a couple on the go, so I do find that also a bit difficult. I need to focus on a few books and get the reviews done on them. Also, Paul and Jason of the Happy Pair are going to Evesham, which is only 16 miles away, in a couple of weeks to a vegan market, and Fars are there. So double whammy. I'm going to go and see them, guys. That's the one place on my bucket list now to go. It's their cafe over in Ireland, but it's a long way, not now, just to go over there and experience the whole thing for a while. When I say for a while, I meant for a couple of days, but that ain't going to be for a while. I meant it's not going to be for a while. I could lie waffle. But yeah, so I've got the books to review. I'm still reading that. I'm reading 2 at the moment. One's like an adventurer's type book about scientific adventure, and the other one, I still haven't finished this Swedish death cleaning, which will help me when I So my watch gave me some kind of an alert, not like just about an email. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that one off. I will tell you one thing. I was talking about life insurance policies and that with my daughter on my birthday. She said, "Dad, it's your birthday. Do you have to be so morbid?" I said, "But when do we actually sit down and have a chance to talk about these kind of things and go through these kind of things? It's important, and she needs to know the situation of everything, because it's just there." So, yeah, so we did that. What else am I going to do? Oh, I've got to do the reviews. I've definitely got to do the Nespresso. I've got the steamer to do. I'm going to get the one pot, but that's going to be a much later on in the year review, because I'll be playing with that for a while. What else? The cooking videos will be coming. I might make a couple of chutneys ready for Christmas time. We'll see. Charlie's chutneys are sugar based, and I do need to keep on top of things. I struggled this last week with certain aspects of. I'll read that a minute. Thanks, Jake. Thank you. Nice one, buddy, Shakespeare. I will struggle at the moment with the Primal 60, but that's because it has been 50. It's been 53 days, 53 days. But I'm not going to tell you now, because I am transparent, and I will go through the ups and downs during when I do one of the next few videos. It won't be the next one, but probably be the one after that, on it. But if you can imagine, it all went wrong. I went to Cardiff last week for food. I went out on Thursday for food. I had food away at Fars on Wednesday. Went out for food with my daughter on Thursday. I went out for lunch yesterday and had a big meal. And I've been a bit of a cheat today, to be honest with you. But I'm tired because I went to the gym earlier and did a lot of I did double back sessions after doing a hike this morning. So yeah, being a bit drained at the moment, but which isn't good, but that's part of it. But my sleep's been so the worst thing about the whole thing, I will say this now, the struggle is the sleep. I've all right the last 3 or 4 days, but I had 2 weeks where I was going like 5 or 6 days with under 7 hours sleep every single night. I said, oh, good. Okay. Thanks, Jake. Oh, good. But yeah, so we got it. I might do a talk. I might ask you which one to do next. I struggle with the cookbooks, and let's be honest, I've got a couple of other Gaz Oakley books, but I don't want to talk about. I can't talk about them now, can I? I've done the rest. I have to do the books that I've done the most recipes on. I've done the one Matt Pritchard. I've got the other two. I believe I've done the one. I did a Bosch one. The Bosch one did well. I'll tell you what, I might do another Bosch cookbook review, and I'll give you the shape. But I've got I've still got 2 more dirty vegans, which Matt Pritchard, Sleep When SWYD, Sleep When You're Dead guy. I've got the Happy Pear ones. I think I've done 2 Happy Pear cookbooks already. So I want to hold back on them because I do like them, but I've only got so many. But I'm trying to keep them down the vegan route, haven't I? Yeah. So anyone got any questions at all? Please put them out there. It helps the community. If you don't, just do a thumbs up or something, just so that I know you're interested in what I'm doing, because I don't want to take up your time for no reason at all. To be honest with you, it's kind of nice. You watch someone come on later on. There's a little social gathering, but yeah, I do appreciate each one of you, and your comments really help. They help the algorithm, the system. Your thumbs up help. They really do, because it lets YouTube know. And I know a lot of people watch their videos after it, and that's absolutely fine. And by all means, comment that. They're appreciated too. I do like the fact that Jane staggers her comments on all the videos. She's very clever like that, and it really helps. She knows it helps the algorithm. But yeah, I don't know what it's like for you guys. I was trying to get up on my thing, so let me try and get it still. I want to see so I know when the adverts come up, because the adverts are the thing that gets me. I can only control them to a certain degree, and I do try to cut them right down for you. Honestly, I do. But just trying to find out. So I am with you. Just bear with me. Just so that I can see the advert. Yeah, I get an advert straight away. But yeah, so if you've got any thoughts, shares, please share them. If you've got any ideas on what kind of food you want me to cook, tell you what. Any ideas on what you want me to do on the cooking videos? I'll give you a few things that I will definitely be doing. I'm thinking I might do a Christmas. Oh, this looks awful. I'm looking at it. See, I've got it on there. I've got the new camera, but I couldn't connect it up earlier. I need to get the camera on because I'm not happy with the quality. I'm going to do this. Bear with. I'm looking at my live because it looks better on here than it does on the TV. The TV's... Sorry, guys. Bear with. Does this make a difference? That make a difference? In a minute, I'll see. That's a bit of a delay. Oh, I hate that. Bit of OCD comes in then. Yeah. The picture quality on my it's not 60 seconds behind. The picture quality. That's what I've got the camera for. I'll have to plug it in, but then I've got to set up an app to get the app connected. So I do apologise for this. I'm going to check something else out to see what it looks like on here. Please just bear with me. I'm just trying to... I'm worried about the quality of the pictures, to be honest with you. Let's see. Just want to see what the picture quality is now. We are a quiet contemplating room this evening. Yeah. So it sounds good. I can read it better on here than I can on the screen. It sounds good. Quality chutney video. People could make them for Christmas gifts. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, I can definitely do that. I'll do a chutney and I'll do a jam because I'll be getting jams. I'll be getting a load of blackberries within the next few weeks. And Jake's. So I'll do a jam and a chutney. I might make a Christmas pudding. I might make a Christmas cake. We'll see. All these might be maybes, but I like doing the Christmas food shop videos, but I'm a bit behind on my food. I don't need to do. I'm on a bit of a basic, as you know. I might even do a boring one of what I'm having for breakfast every day because I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I do apologise about the picture quality. It looks better on the phone than it does the TV, so I've got to apologise for that. But hopefully next week we'll have the camera set up. I'll go around my daughters, my son-in-law, they can do it. They can set it up on the laptop for me and make sure, because I've done it for the picture quality, but more than anything else, to be honest with you. I have got extra light and I can put in here as well. What was I say? We are a quiet contemplating room this evening. Yeah, which is great. You know, it is part of what the parcel in it. We don't always want to be all noise, do we? But yeah, fair enough. Why not? You know. But yeah, so what can I say to you guys? We got there's so much to do, and it's one of these. It's I have so much to do, but not enough time to do it, and I should make the effort to do more of the things quicker. The cooking videos I'm looking forward to. I would look forward to making a rice pudding, um, doing a proper stew, and but I might put some. I'm thinking of putting the VTP, vegetable textured protein. I don't remember chunks in it instead, because obviously there's not going to be meat in it. Well, I might just do a vegan sausage one. We'll see. You know, next and then come the spring, I'm going to do a seasonal one, and autumn and winter are the times where you want your comfort food, and I like the classic comfort foods. I like making vegan toad in the hole. I might do fish chips and peas, mushy peas at some stage. We'll see. But then I'll do the Christmas ones. But I've never. Christmas is a funny one because at the moment I'll probably get the Linda McCartney chicken roast they do, frozen. I've had the other ones in the Crowns and what have you. I've got to be honest, the Asda OMV. Sorry, oh gosh, sorry. Wellington's really nice, but I've never gone overboard on my main because I love my vegetables. So you give me roast potatoes, roast parsnips. You give me. I don't usually have peas at Christmas. Brussels sprouts. Okay, how does that make it? I like bay leaves. I put bay leaves and things like my bread sauce, and what have you, and I always put bay leaves in my stews. How does it make it creamy though? I just don't. I just know. Is there a scientific fact is there a scientific reason in that you know and understand for it? Because I don't know about that one, to be honest with you. It sounds interesting. I could try it. I was going to put sticks of cinnamon in mine, but that's boring. And a bit of nutmeg on top. That's me being boring. Tell you the one thing I thought about doing as well is a vegan bread pudding. But I haven't sussed out yet how you get the creaminess where you use the eggs. I haven't sorted that. I haven't discovered. I haven't sorted, discovered, not the word. I haven't figured out yet. I'm going to get that creamy texture when you mix it all up for the wet mix to cook it. Because I used to like bread pudding. But I don't miss not eating eggs. Let's be truthful. So yeah, I saw that a group went to the march in London today, which is fantastic. I mean, it's a shame these marches are required. Pardon me. But fair play to all those that turned up and went. I'll hopefully get some feedback on it later on. I also make my own cranberry sauces, bread sauces. So, but then I always nick. That's not true. Didn't last year. I stole. I borrowed. I didn't do either, and I've never taken any credit for it. I make those vegan guys homemade Baileys because they do a vegan Baileys and it's cheap and it's got coconut. They use tinned coconut milk, beautiful. But I'm not drinking anymore. So if you're not drinking whiskey, and there isn't an alternative to, honestly, Frankie and Tyra right next to each other on the floor. Weird. The Animal Rights March, so could you only been 1 year? Yeah, I'm gonna have to make the effort, to be honest with you. Jane said she went to one up in Scotland in the past. I wasn't sure. I don't think it was this year or last year or something. But yeah, it's something I've got to do. But do you know also, I need to go to NBR and I haven't been there yet. You've got to give the support. I mean, you get those that are there. I've met a load of the people there because some of them, two of them were at the FARS open day, and explain it. And they need support. And yeah, might go and give them some support over Christmas time. That's when they need it the most in the bleak midwinters. I will do my mince pies, which are puff pastry and phyllo pastry. 2 pastries on a mince pie with the homemade mincemeat. I make the homemade mincemeat. I will do them towards Christmas as well. But yeah. Sorry to keep going on, but I don't want to. I go off subject and topic too much. I go all over the place, don't I? I'm not the best. I'm trying to figure out how to get the best picture. If I moved everything over to where Frankie sits, I can guarantee Frankie would want her space back, even though she's not using it at the moment. Oh, I don't know how old you are, Jake. I went back when I was a butcher many moons ago. So we're talking. I think this would have been very late 80s. My boss had a lot of franchises for the butchers at Quick Saves, and I went to a Quick Save in Luton, and it had 4 shutters for security when the store was shut at night. Absolutely scared me to bejeebus. Of different types, big shutter down, the ones which you could put your hand through, kind of thing. But there were 4 locks, and it just blew my mind how many. And we ended up getting there about 4:00 in the morning because we had to set up do it all before the store opened. And I only went there 2 or 3 days. And I was on holiday, so he picked me up. He asked me if I wanted to earn some extra money. Go, and he picked me up. I think he picked me up about 2:00 when the nightclub closed. He met me outside the nightclub, and I'd had a few drinks, but not too much, just a couple. And it was rough. I've not been to Luton though, but what's it like there? Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know what it's like now. I've not been, but it scared the bejeebers out of me, honestly. But not as bad as some of the other places we went in Bristol. Yeah, St Paul's in Bristol back in the 80s was interesting. But yeah, that was a lifetime ago, and that was a different way. I was doing something completely different then, but Quick Saves used to franchise like all the fruit and veg, and used to franchise out all the fruit and veg in all the butcher shops. And it's a difficult one. Yeah, the regrets I have now about doing it, but at the time, I think it's one of those. How can I put it? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, yes. But overall, I'm a better person for having done it, I believe, because I realise the path that I'm on now is the right path. So sometimes we have to go down those paths to learn. But it was I was out, and yesterday my daughter mentioned it as well. She was looking at the menu, and I was happy as Larry, and she was quite happy with the menu. But she said, no, it wasn't. It was on Thursday. We were at the cafe, and I couldn't get my bagel. And she said, well, it's your choices. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate that. I really do. So Jake put that's it, mate. But she said, well, it's your choice. And I thought, yeah, it is. But I'm also very conscious and very aware that I can't preach to someone, including family, my daughter, about what they should or shouldn't do, because at the end of the day, it was my influence that made her how she is now on that front, I guess. But yeah, I can imagine one day. I don't know. They are both my daughter and son-in-law are foodies. They really are foodies. That's weird. Just having a look at some on my adapter. They're both real foodies, but which is a great thing. But it's a sad thing when it's at the cost. But I can't criticize anyone because that was me for too long, and I was providing them with what they needed to do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to next spring. Well, before then, I'll be playing around and messing around and experimenting is the word I really want to use, and making my own burgers, possibly sausages, but making my own meat alternatives for barbecue sort of thing. I think I'll do that and I'll enjoy it. But then again, we did some corn on the cob on the barbecue at Carol's birthday, and it was amazing. Just cooked corn on the cob. It's enough for me, you know what I mean? It is. It's enough for me. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to quickly check my phone because I do sometimes screenshot things to talk about on here. So bear with I. Did I screenshot anything of substance that we can talk about tonight? So I do get. Oh, they sent me some videos from Fars, the ones that were on the march today, which is fantastic. But I haven't watched them yet. What's that? That's not. Have you? I'll talk about this. I actually had an amazing. I forgot about this. See, this is a beautiful thing about. I went to Carol. I went to Carol's surprise party. It was such a surprise for Carol. She turned up almost 90 minutes late. Yeah, that's exactly right. And as I explained before, Jacqueline, one is I do the meals, and it's going to be 100% vegan, so I count it that way as the wins. But sometimes I got to be. I'm usually very, very busy, and I've not been quite so busy the last few weeks because I've been off. But when I'm not so busy, and you're a bit more vulnerable. When you're a bit more vulnerable, I get a bit more defensive, and I wanted to say that you're absolutely right. I've always said that, but I find with all this time I've had off, and I've not been productive. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, when the phone, I was on the storage out. It's a nightmare. Get it down to do the videos. So I do a lot of the videos on the phone. The reason I bought the camera for the laptop, if I can get the picture quality much better than it is tonight by using the Anchor camera that I bought, and I can record on this, and I've got the cameras and I can plug them into the computer laptop. I want to then be able to record better quality and then go through. Where am I going? I haven't been recording as much as I should have the last 2 weeks. Yeah, there's a video out. It was on. Now this goes. I was talking to a young lady. I don't know her name. Never met her before. She was at Carol's birthday, so she's a friend of ours. And she was talking about vegan camp out, and we were talking about it. And I can get a bit passionate about that with certain aspects, which don't want to go into it again. We have to be a bit careful of what I say as well, because certain things can come back and bite people I don't want to get hurt. As Jane pointed out the other week, and it can hurt. But we were talking, and I was talking about the cost and how to reduce the cost by not doing the nightclubs for 4 nights or whatever it is, even if it's one night, but it was far more than one. I think it was 4 nights, and giving away free tickets. How about you just reduce everyone's ticket price down a bit, or give those 250, 500, whatever it was he gave away to meat eaters? Why not? Hello, Jane. Jane's on board, guys. Then Jacqueline will say, "Oh yeah, Jane," and then Jane will say, "Hello, Jackie," and then and it gets on to that. Welcome aboard. Can I do one thing before I go into this? Can you all, just one thing, if one comment only, can you tell me going forward, would it be better if I started at 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock? Would a bit later suit you guys or not? I'm on about Saturday nights because, see, hello, Jacqueline, hello, Jane, wave, some ugly face and a red art. I told you it's going to be like that now. You will miss Jane. They've had to listen to me waffle. But no, is 8 o'clock the perfect time for you or just slightly later? I'll do a poll on it actually. I'll do it on it and then you can all put it on there because I want to get it for the majority. I know some people are always a bit later. So then one of the guys that did a post which got Jordan Martin, whatever his name is, friends, he gave it 11. Daniel's Journey, he got a free ticket. I'm a Raging Carnival, did an emoji of steak and crying laughter, But today I did something a little different. I attended vegan camp out. He got a VA. This is what gets me. He states in the video, it's like a promotion. He got VIP tickets, and there are families out there that were paying £1,000 to go to this thing. But yeah, and we were talking, and she was saying, this lady at Carol's party was saying, "Oh, it'd be great if you can convert." I said, "You're not going to convert them." And as Jacqueline said, I said, "It's just not going to work." He said, "So let's go through this first." But today I did something a little different. I attended Vegan Camp Out 2026, and I'll be completely honest, the food wasn't really wasn't for me. Laughing, steak again, emoji. But you know what? The atmosphere was fantastic. He was very pleasant about it all. The people were genuinely lovely. Everyone was friendly, and the whole place was clean as a whistle. And it was incredibly well organised. Well, I'll be honest with you, if you'd gone 3 years ago, on a Saturday, it wasn't clean as a whistle. It was at the end of the day, by Sunday morning, because we all cleaned it up. But I'm glad it was good, though, It was incredibly well organised. I actually had a brilliant time, and this was exactly why I wanted to go. You don't have to agree with someone to... Oh, go on. It's not on that one. So is it on the next one? No. He basically... I've got something else up. But he put... it's a picture that I had of me sent... Unfortunately, it says Castle Dairies on the Cardiff Devils top. But I watched this video. But I thought, more interesting. So thinking, and it got to me. He did a video drama, but it wasn't. It was nice, but it was purely like, I'm not going to change. What's this? I did a picture. The Daily Mail today reported on my case after 2 police officers came to my own following a complaint by MBR Acres over a video I posted about laboratory beagles. I was offered a community resolution requiring me to complete online thinking skills and impact of crime courses. After taking legal advice, I refused to sign. Police later dropped the case. No further action. My lawyer warns the erasers of much bigger issues, taking the Safety Act in 19... Don't ever do this if it happens, because don't ever take those options, because it will go against you. And if you wanted to go, I talked about this the other week, and this was this week, I just took some screenshots. If you do these things and you do these courses, because the police, they're using their power and their monopoly and they're bullying people into getting criminal. You can't go to places like America on a visa. You can't go to a lot of countries with a visa if you've done one of these courses. What's this anti-vegan voice? Thank you for your comment. I always find it's sad that people who make compassionate choices trigger people who don't. I'm sorry you felt the need to create an entire persona to show the world. Okay, I don't know what it's about. But I'm interesting. I'm just seeing what I took screenshots off of her. There are some of it's not very good, and there's one of Tom. But you've seen that video; it's just coming out. I was just seeing what I took screenshots off. I take screenshots to give me ideas for what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because it's sometimes difficult to know what to talk about. But yeah, the big industry is a bully, but also even vegans can bully. Let's be honest, nobody's exempt. But it just seems to me that the bigger up the chain things are, with the more they're bully. I mean, there was a thing. Have you ever tried to report something on YouTube? Not YouTube. No. Have you ever tried to report something on Meta, Facebook? There was a guy, and he was completely racist, and he was basically there were some people he didn't think fitted into his neighborhood, and what are they doing here and all this, like, and he's videoing, he's recording them just walking around. It's a cul-de-sac, which he tells you it's a cul-de-sac, but you've only got his word for it because you can't see. But he's videoing these people, what are they doing, and he's really racist, and he's making comments, and he's making assumptions that he has no right to do. So I've done the bit where you cross it saying I'm not interested, and then I said why, but then I wanted to report it, and you have to go through it, and then they use it against you almost as with the guidelines. I went to report it, and it got so meta. I thought I gave up on it. I just crossed it, but it's so difficult, and yet those that have. Where am I going with this? It's like the big corporate. Let's go back to the big corporations. Meta being one. If you said something they don't like, they've got you. It's the same with Google, with all this, and YouTube. You know, YouTube have changed so much in the last month or so that a lot of my short videos don't get any showing at all compared to what they do. And you can tell what they do and what they don't do. Jane, right, Jane. I wonder why the meat eater didn't like the food. I can't tell the difference between our stuff and the crawl equivalent. If he hadn't known it was vegan, he'd probably have enjoyed it. Silly, really. He went in there. This is the point. Sorry, Jane. This is me not being very. You could tell he went in there not going to enjoy it, not liking it. He'd gone in there. He'd gone in there to basically say, "Oh, sorry. I might have to start sitting at the desk in the chair because my back hurts on the sofa when I sit like this." Yeah, I agree. He went in there with this mindset. I'm a meat eater. That's it, and he went in with that mindset. Let's be honest about it. But my point was, for the cost of the ticket, it was a VIP ticket as well. He said some very complimentary, nice things. He wasn't horrible about it. He was very complimentary about us vegans, as though we're from a different planet, and we're clean and tidy, which he was surprised at and all that. But he didn't go into it. How am I trying to put it? He didn't go into it open-minded whatsoever. But he tried some food. It wasn't for his, but he did say some good things about it. So, and then Jordan Martin's given all the, and I'm thinking, you gave 250 tickets away. You got someone to say something nice, and that. No, you should have given it to. You could have given it to people who are vegan, who are really struggling. Because it doesn't matter where they are. Do good. Just do some good is all I'm trying to say. Think about how you're doing it, but that's just it. But going off, as you know, we've got to be careful what we say, Jane. I want to say a lot more, to be honest, but I can't anymore because I understand. I have obviously spoken to different members of somewhere we're both very passionate about, and spoke to Lenka and Ellie about things, and got a bit of a picture. So, yeah, but even at that, it comes to something, isn't it? When we're meant to be I talk about be the change you want to see and all that lot, but if people don't like what you say, they bully, don't they, to get their way, and that's got to stop. Let's say I did see a clip somewhere as well about one of the SAB groups have managed through people supporting the SAB and getting it and giving the donations and supporting by doing the SAB memberships, getting the cameras for when they do that, which is fantastic. They gave 2 or 4 cameras, I can't remember, to a number of different hunt groups, to find the SABs for the hunts, which is fantastic. So I've got to make that a priority to join up and get on board with that. I think it's a bit hypocritical of me who does Maggie's, Marie Curie, Greenpeace, Friends of the Earth, and I'm not exactly. I know that they get. I need to get lower down into the weeds a bit and do something like one of the SAB groups instead, because I know Greenpeace. I've had that love-hate relationship with them for years now. I've left them I've stopped supporting them a few times because big corporations have a say, and it's the same with all of them, isn't it? You can't. You can have your say as long as it doesn't affect their profits or their image, and that's what it's about. So I actually looked into it when I saw a clip about they were doing the body cams, which is fantastic because they need them for their own protection. Because let's be honest, there are some vital people out there, and if you're prepared to do what you do to these things like foxes, it just says it all, really. I find it strange. Sorry. I find it strange that since I can remember, and I will be truthful about this, in the early 70s, probably about 75, 76, I never called him my stepdad. I never lived with him, but he married my mum after my mum divorced my dad. He's my brother's dad. He took me to a Boxing Day hunt with and as soon as we got there, it was like, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me whatsoever. I don't know where it was. I can remember. I can't remember where it was. It was somewhere I'm in the Cotswolds, so it was one of them, and it just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. And you get the pompous people. If you use the word people and change it and put a P, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. That's what I think of them. And they're on their red coats on the horses, drinking whatever. I think it was sherry or something. And going off on a jolly good. I could not stand it. I really, really couldn't. And I've never seen the justification of it ever. I don't get it. But yeah, some people call it sport. And let's be honest, that's all it's about. They're not interested in chasing people with a scent and all that lot. They just want to hunt. It's the thrill of the chase and the kill and the terror. And I've talked about it a few times in a few videos. Yes, the darkly corrupted lost souls. Yeah. Dark soul. Have they got a soul, though? That's the point. You got to be pretty soulless, haven't you? You've got to be pretty soulless to, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I don't agree with it in any way, shape, or form. And I really got my eyes opened up by the Levellers when they did This Garden, when they talk about it, sing about it. Yeah, hunting is bloodlust, and Sabs are so brave. They are, and now they are getting the cameras. But I do follow. I've got to start supporting properly. And that's one of the things. If I do go to Bath tomorrow, I could do, because there'd be a sub store there. There always is. But there's one next weekend, and then there's one the weekend after, and there's one the weekend after that. So within the next month, I'll start. But I could do it online as well. Need to, because I've met some really lovely sub supporters out there. But But going back to what you said, About someone said about actually it was Jacqueline Winnet about you can't force your words, forcing your views. Don't. Do you know, Jacqueline? I'm gonna read that last bit about David Cameron in a second. Honestly, just Jacqueline, I'll read the David Cameron thing. I was going to say, I remember when I was a butcher and they tried ramming us down tofurkey. I've still not tried it to this day. They tried doing a tofurkey, a big turkey made of tofu. And I'm just, because they were ramming it down our throat, it just, once you get your back up, it can put you back a long time, and we don't need that. Sorry. The first law David Cameron changed on the day was on on day one was to overturn the fox hunting ban. Yeah. Yeah. I've got to be careful here. We don't do politics, but we can do it. I put it this way: I'm the complete polar opposite. My grandparents were Labour through and through. My grandparents were Labour from the 40s till the day they passed. But let's go back. I'll go back as far as Maggie because I was still young. We used to call her flat tire. Me and my cousin used to call her flat tires because we were only young. We weren't even teenagers, and we can see how wrong it was. I think she destroyed a lot of what the UK stood for. But that's just my opinion. Everyone can have their own. Tony Blair, I thought was a breath of fresh air, but then I realised he's no better than the rest of them. And I have no time for him whatsoever now, more than ever, with his politics and his corrupt way of doing things. It's all about the money for them. Shouldn't say it like that. Let's go through. So let's go. Thatcher, not a time of day for. I will say, because her husband was a multi-millionaire, she destroyed the UK with making everything privatised, which I didn't agree with. And I didn't. There was so much I didn't agree with. But it's a video. It's a different video for a different day with Maggie. Blair, I had open aspirations, and then he completely destroyed them pretty quick. Gordon Brown, the one thing I will say about him is he's human and he made mistakes, but he's the only ex-prime minister that still gives all the money he gets for being a prime minister to charity, to his local community. So he had some integrity about him. I know I missed out John Major, but then again, him and Edwina, eh? So yeah. Then you've got Cameron. Was it Cameron? Which wasn't for me. Boris definitely wasn't for me. I never believed Rishi Sunak was for me, but I will say this about him. He was open, truthful, and transparent compared to the rest. He was more so than the rest. I mean, what Boris did to get away with he was almost as bad as Trump. But what I will say about Boris is he truly supported Ukraine, which helped out a lot in the beginning. And then Starmer, couldn't stand the guy. We had in Cheltenham, we had got an MP. I will catch up with all yours, I promise. After Jacqueline's the first Lord Cameron change, I will read them all out after. We had Alex Chalk in Cheltenham. Had already committed. He was quite high up. He did the prisons for a while, and then he was the defence minister, and he knew he wasn't getting back in, and he had the elections were on the Thursday, but he was in America on the Saturday at a university ready to do a lecture. He'd sold himself out for money straight away. They're all the same, unfortunately. It's all about, I believe, and then you've got the ones now. I get so disillusioned with it all that I don't want to go into it because I will get my facts wrong, and you've got to be factually correct on these things. But even the one who's back, who got done for whatever she got done for Labour with Starmer, there are so many corrupt ones. I don't have no faith at all in the Conservative leader. Is it Kimmy Badenoch? I have no respect for her whatsoever. Time for her. I mean, when she was turning around, when Starmer wouldn't let the Americans use the bases, she was all for us going to war, and then she backtracked straight away. So I have no faith in her. But then again, I will say this as well: Zach Polanski. He said a few controversial things. I don't know, but it's okay saying he would end. And can I be honest? And this is from me. He's been vegan probably far longer than I have. And I was really interested in the Green Party, but it's not got any punch in as it's unfortunately. So he can turn around and make these bold statements. My concern is about people like Farage coming in. That's politics over for the night. Let me catch up on all the others. My family is Labour too. I was too, but I'm Scottish Greens. Okay, I don't know anything about the Scottish Green Party. I hope they're better than the British Green Party. I mean, I can't think of the lady's name who was the first leader of the Greens. I had a lot of respect for her at the time, but no, I don't do politics. But imagine that being the most important change he had to make was overturning Foxton's. Yeah, Thatcher was the start of almost everything that's now wrong with the UK. She made people feel that it's okay to be so. Yeah, Greek gluttony. Have you Sid advert for British Gas? The gas and the water, the water, and electric should all be under national, and then we'd all be okay, wouldn't we? But no, they did us all over. Yes, Margaret Thatcher destroyed the honor of the ethos of Britain. Yeah, and yet she'll be remembered for the Iranian embassy siege in the Falklands, and not but the coal miners. I know. Yes, Caroline Lucas. I really liked it. I did it, so I couldn't remember her name from it. I actually looked at joining the Green Party a few years ago, but I never. That's the truth. I never did. So, but I'm sorry, and I know he's vegan, but I don't know how. I think some of the things that Zach Polanski comes out with. There's that big thing he would ban all industrial farming or whatever it is, or the It's a difficult one because none of us want animal exploitation. None of us want to see an animal being murdered so that we can have food on our plates. But the one way you get a rebellion against her is if you go in it. And you can make all these wide, radical claims when you're not going to get there. Whereas my biggest fear now is the Farages and the Reforms get in. Because the others are a part of something too. It leaves the door half open for them. And I don't want that either. You know, I'm being truthful. Politics is... But we got, you know, you want to see how bad it can get, look across the Atlantic. But they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. You know, so let's drop politics now. Let's talk about something completely different because it's just a ramble and a waffle. It's a Saturday night. It's a ramble and a waffle. What should we talk about? Pock it up. There are a lot of people who are scared of him, though, Jane. Andy Burnham. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you know what? It's be careful what you wish for. I've got friends in Manchester who live in Manchester, and they rant and rave about how good he was before. I haven't spoken to him recently, but they all said how good he was before all this happened. I'm glad Starmer's gone, so anything was better than Starmer. I mean, almost the fact that Jeremy Corbyn was better than bloody Starmer. Starmer was when I was, and he's got that Sir title, and he wasn't a person of the people, was he? Burnham. The trouble is, there's going to be lots of changes, and changes means lots of people are going to get hurt. But then Starmer's doing lots of changes which can hurt people, so we'll just have to wait and see. Let's hope. All we can hope for is a better. And I mean, let's be honest, Burnham. We do know. I believe that Burnham is the kind of case where it keeps Farage out, but Farage, he's a crook just as much as Donald Trump's a crook. And you look at America with that edge steps, they all come across as not good people. I mean, he can't even play a game of golf. Trump can't even play a game of golf without cheating. And I do like watching the cheat videos of him now. Shows what he's about. Always reminds me of Trump was that lady up in Scotland who got a cottage by trying to ask if the TV's on the site. I just yeah, making it flash across. When she talks about she stood up against his plans, didn't he? And he just basically tried terrorizing a lady in her 80s. That shows the mindset, the mentality, the greed, the selfishness of that individual. And yet he's in charge of the biggest air force, the biggest navy, and a very large army, and probably the most, if not the second most, number of weapons that could do. Yeah, it's doing well. It's gone up and down. I think we may have reached 13 at one stage, Jane. But that happens, and I should. And you need to go back and watch some of the waffle at the beginning, which I know you will do. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Jane. I did mention you and Ali because I was hoping because had a little message backwards and forward with Ali yesterday about something quite late, about 9:30 at night, and I thought, should I do a live just because you're here, Ali, and we can just have a chat on it? But I didn't. But yeah, I've got to respond to all the comments and thank you. Oh, I will say, although you that messaged me happy birthday, the personal messages will come and I'm grateful and appreciate. And I'm the person that on Facebook, all those on Facebook that are my friends, I will thank them as well because you've got to do it right. I think my attitude is if you make the effort to do a message or even that, say happy, I've got to be grateful. You've got to do the right thing in return. And I'm just trying to get myself comfortable. And you've got to do the right thing in return. That's my attitude. Do you know what? I can tell you now, Ali's probably asleep or forgot. And that's why I made sure I put the message up. Was it this morning or yesterday? It might have been yesterday even. Might have been late yesterday or this morning. I can't remember when I put the comment up about it today. What time, Ali and Jacqueline, and sorry, I'm just trying to get myself comfortable. Okay, what time do you think we should start them? Should we do the videos just a little bit later, or is 8 o'clock perfect? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just trying to think. It's a captive audience, isn't it? Sometimes when this is Sarah Susan Murphy from New Zealand comes back. I'm very conscious of the fact that it's like 8 o'clock in the morning there. It's probably 9 o'clock there now. It's knowing what to do. It's having a few things to talk about as well, because I do struggle at times to think of things to talk about. But we need to, yeah, I do like the fact, as you know, Paul and Jason, a different type of video, but with two people, one can be reading. And if you've got a bigger crowd, there's always going to be something to respond to. That's the difficulty. And that's why there's always a lot of waffling. It's difficult when you want to keep something going, but you're trying to think, what do you talk about? So, we're trying to improve the live. That's why I got the camera there. We'll improve the lives. I like doing the lives. Should never stop them, but then again, when you got to do them at the right time. So, yeah. Jane, I can promise you this now, and Jacqueline will confirm this, and so will Jake. There was a lot of Frankie for the first 20, 30 minutes after maybe 2 or 3 minutes. There's a lot of Frankie, more than she's ever appeared in this, because she wanted fashion for some reason. And Ty, I've got this, the throw that I usually put where Frankie goes just there. It's like a furry, it's not furry, but it's like a furry type throw. And it's folded up into a 4x4 square. And he's decided that's where his favourite place to sleep is for the last 3 or 4 days after I washed it and dried it. Whereas at one stage, he just had a towel over there which I got to wash because he just led on this towel. He led on my camera bag. No, he led on my gym bag for about 2 weeks. And then I had to put a towel on top of the gym bag and get used to that and then take the gym bag away and he had the towel. And the gym bag's not comfortable. It's got lumps of plastic and all that kind of stuff in it. But yeah, there was lots of Frankie for a fair bit, actually. Maybe 15, 20 minutes, but Ty hasn't made any attempt whatsoever. Not at all, to be honest. Can't have it all the time, though. No, Frankie. Right. When I got Frankie, I'm going to take it up. No, I'm not, because my phone's there. I can't be bothered. When I first got Frankie, when I knew the person who had Frankie, the person that I got Frankie off, I had Frankie from a pup because she had Frankie's mum. And let's just say there was more of a market for black labs. 15 to 6 or 7, probably till just gone lockdown. And then the commercial viability was exploiting spaniels and poodles and that kind of thing. You see where I'm going? Without going too much. So basically, Frankie was surplus to requirements. She was getting on. But so they decided to do a different breed of puppy. So I've talked about it a number of times. I was caught up with some friends on a Saturday lunchtime. I was looking at getting a collie pup from up in Durham, and I've got quite a few friends in Durham. So I put a shout out on a group with my friends that I knew from Durham were in it, and I said, "This place, it was a scam. It was an abandoned place." And I went online and said this place was abandoned, but they wanted me to send over £50 deposit, and then I could go up there and pay it when I got the pup. And it was a scam through a collie channel, a collie pup thing. And so it came out it's a scam. And I was talking about it in the pub, and my friend Amanda said to Frankie's previous owner, "Why doesn't Ian have Frankie?" And I didn't know. I went, "Who's Frankie?" And they said, "Well," and then Frankie's previous owner said, "Well, the story with Frankie was this. Frankie's previous owner, her mum, had Frankie's mum. And then she got married. They had puppies and they kept Frankie. Obviously for breeding. Because females, black lab and all that, If you ever do that kind of, the money is by owning the mum, isn't it? It's just, I'm not saying. So, but then, when she got divorced, her ex-husband wanted Frankie. I don't know. It sounds spiteful. I don't know. Never met him. But then what happened was, then Frankie's mum gave Frankie to her ex-husband, and she got a spaniel or something else, a couple of dogs for breeding. And he had Frankie, but then his circumstances changed. So I should make sure I didn't miss. Then his circumstances changed. He had to rent somewhere. He couldn't have dogs. So he said to Frankie's mum, his ex-wife, "Can you take Frankie back for 6 months?" Well, I sort myself out. So she took Frankie back. And then his circumstances didn't change. He goes, "I can't have her back." And she didn't want her. In fact, we were out drinking one night. Later on, she said she never liked Frankie. So it's a bit... I took defence. But long story short, I said I'd come over. This was on a Saturday. I said, "I'll come and see her on tomorrow." I said, "I'll come and see her tomorrow. But she told me that Frankie lunged at dogs. Frankie never went out for proper walks because there was scaredness. Frankie's a big girl and there was scaredness. But so what happened was, I said to her, "What's she like with cats?" "I've got a cat." And she sent me a picture of her. They had a rabbit, and Frankie was led in the kitchen floor next door to a rabbit next to her. I said, "Yeah, but that's a rabbit." And she said, "But I get your point. I'm just being sarcastic." But truth of the matter is, Ty was always good with dogs because I had Peggy before Frankie, and Digby's been around since Digby was a bouncing pup, wasn't he? About 9 months, probably 6 months when I first started having him here, maybe 9 months. So Ty's been used to it all. He's not scared of dogs, and Frankie never gave him. They've been great. They get on great, honestly. So I just waffled on about 5 minutes, but she has been fantastic with Ty. I think Ty knows if a dog comes in the house, he's safe. I think it's that case. Where sometimes I drop Digby and Frank. If I'm coming and I drop Digby and Frank off, and I got Joe, which is the Sprolly, the brown and white Sprolly that you see in some of the videos, he goes berserk. He's in the if he looks because Ty deliberately taunts him because he knows, but he goes absolutely berserk, which isn't good. and Ty torments him. It's a good on Ty. I'd say good old Ty. He torments Jura and the others, but you got to be careful, Annie, because Ty is not getting any younger. Yeah, so, but yeah, long story short, didn't take Frankie any time at all. She was already good, and I got a lovely. I did a video with Frankie next to the donkeys at Lecampton, and it says on the gate, "Please be aware, the donkeys don't like dogs, and they will chase you and your dog." We're behind the gate because we were on a public bridle path, and they were there, and Frankie, and they were really good with Frankie, and she was really good to them. They only knows through that. There's no. She's brilliant with. We saw a pony today. She she chased a fox once, but I'm literally talking 20 meters, and I had to use the T with Digby. Now the trouble. It shocked me when she did. And she used to lunge. She's got an harness, as you see on the videos. And she used to, when she was on the lead, she'd lunge at dogs. Now she's actually, it took no time at all. It took a few weeks of her getting adjusted. Let's be honest, a couple of months before I felt 100% comfortable. But we've never had any issues. Hey, up, talk of the devil, it's sure to appear. Hello, boy. Yar. Yeah, she is. There's more to it that I can't talk about with Frank, to be honest with you. My current band, it's not fair. She knows. But one day. Ty, eh? Oh, my boy. And this one of his best friends, a fox. Yep. Jacqueline says hello. You want to say something back? You want to say something back to Jacqueline? Go. Yeah, do your microphone. Microphone, say something. That's what Ty says. Yeah. I'm pretty fortunate. Even back in the day when we had the ex-factory chickens, they were tame. They weren't exploited. They truly weren't. We've talked about it before. But Kay would jump on my shoulder and be like a parrot. But yeah. What do you want, mate? We were talking about you. Well, I wasn't. Jane was. And I thought, why did you mention Toy? Mentioning Ty coming here want first, and then he'll walk all over the keyboard. And we'll lose everything. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah, lovely. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Jacqueline. As soon as the dark nights close in and it's dark reasonably and it's cold, I do feed them. But at this time of year, I don't. I'll tell you why. The daylight, the night hours are so short. And my neighbour put a complaint in with the council once before and caused problems with the hedgerow at the front, saying there was a fox. It wasn't. I knew it wasn't. But yeah, so I tried to be discreet about how I do it. They came knocking on the door complaining a few years ago because the fox walked in their living room. Jane says, you know they love you. Yes. Looking good, ain't you, boy? But yeah, he loves his clawing at me, though. He knows how to knock me with his claws. Like that. He just put it into my... Yes. What do you want, mate? Okay. We're good. I can't walk from my house, by the way, because if I walk from the house, he follows. And I do worry because if another dog sees him and goes to chase him, the dogs that even Frankie would protect Ty, but the fact is, if he runs out, he runs out, the vet bill before. It's difficult. We had Ollie before Ty, and he ran off. But he came back a few years ago when Zeus and Ty were alive, and they chased him out the house, which is sad. I got a picture of him. He came in a few times, and Megan didn't believe me, and then she then, hello. Ali's on board, guys. So go on, Jacqueline. Go on, Jane. Say hello to Ali. You know you want to. We were talking about you, Ali. Claw. Well, I always have cats and dogs. Do you know what? It's difficult. Ty's brother Zeus was mine, and Ty was my daughter's, and they've got Miles, beautiful cat from the animal shelter. But I love Ty to bits, as you know. But you are a little bit more restricted. I will at some stage again, but I'm not there. Whereas, dog, I'll have another dog. You're doing your pleasantries. I will have another dog at some. I know I will later on. There's always that grieving process of time. You've got to. And it was a lot shorter between. I went 5 years between. I think it's about 5 years between Willow, my collie from Pup, and Peggy. And Peggy came across because I went to get a Spanish rescue, and then I inherited Peggy. So I paid for someone. I paid for someone else to have the Spanish rescue. But the Spanish rescue was going to be, they were in the UK. It was going to be a bit hard work, worried about Ty and Zeus at the time. But yeah, I will have another dog, but as and when, there's always a grieving process after. And then, depending on the dog. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I love Maggie, that dog that I fostered for 3 months last year. She was lovely, but full of life, full of spring. But I have a strip. Where would I go? Walking. I couldn't have a dog like I don't want a dog with a prey drive. Maggie technically would have had a prey drive, possibly, but she's art of gold. Beautiful dog. But she probably would have. But I had her 3 months. She was good. But collies have been my dog of choice. Actually, when we first got our collie Willow, I wanted to get a boxer. And they're as mad as a box of frogs, aren't they, sort of thing. So kind of glad I didn't. I've walked a few wonderful, beautiful boxers, but they're beautiful dogs. They're amazing dogs, but I like collies. But you've got to get the collie right because, the history and the snapping and all the rest. Black Labs, absolutely amazing. I never knew what they were about, to be honest with you, until I've got Frankie in it. You've been a steep learning curve, Frankie, you've been a steep learning curve. You've taught me well, haven't you? Yes, you've been good, Gil. So, yeah, but I would never have a terrier breed. I don't mind small dogs, but that little pixie on Thursday, she's lovely. But I can see me going to a kill shelter, somewhere like Romania, and actually choosing a couple of dogs later on. So, but there's a lot I don't like. That's the wrong word. The Frenchies have got a personality that I won't walk them. And I don't walk pugs because the walks I do, it'd be unfair on them. Spaniels are just crazy, so don't need them. And Jacqueline, I've always had a cat since I lived alone at 16, sometimes 2, once 3. I would always have a cat. Yeah, the thing is, let's be honest, the cats own you, you don't own the cats. And that's the same with Ty. If I go off for the weekend, I'll take Frankie, but I have to make sure that it's always all right because my daughter's here. If I live somewhere a bit more remotely, it depends what my circumstances are. I was playing with one of the wild feral cats at Fars the other night. Lovely. I do love cats, but it's I don't know. If I lived a bit more remote, I'd have a cat or two, definitely. Maybe 3 or 4. I like cats. I like what they're about. But I don't know what happened to Zeus to start his downward. He passed it too young. He was 7 or 8 when he passed. Whereas Ty was 10 in May, and I'm happy with. He's doing what I know they can live a lot longer. I'm just saying, he slowed down a lot from. He's just sat there on his rug looking at Frank. He was doing So Ty, when he got hit by that car and it broke his leg, that upset me a lot. What caused me to really go for it was because I've not long lost Zeus. Now Ty's coming back. Ali, I do have 5 cats, different ages. Gizmo 14, and lost Percy age 3. Mine are indoor. Yeah, and do you know what? The only thing I will say about that, Ali, and I'm not being for me, Ty's indoors quite a lot, but he goes out a bit. But in the winters, I'll read yours, Jane. Is that? But there's a lot of question where am I going to be living in 3, 4, 5 years time, 6 years. My daughter's actually said she can imagine me living in the field in a caravan or something, and I can see me that too, to be honest with you. But then I'm the person, and everybody's in life's got different circumstances. We all get this, but my daughter's got an agreement. I've got an agreement with my daughter when I'm no longer around. My pets that I've got, I call them pets companions. My business partner, like Frankie is. If anything happens to me, my daughter's job is to make sure that Ty and Frankie are okay till the end of their days. And if I lived somewhere more remote, that would make it so much more difficult. We want to do good, but I always think about the long-term consequences of my actions. For me, that's me, not saying yours. Your circumstances are different, and you have them indoors. So I've got a friend who's got a Maine Coon indoors, and it's great companionship, and I do believe that they're wonderful companions. Especially Ty when he decides at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning it's your turn to be awake. Jane, I'm dog sitting a collie cross at the moment. She's the rescue from Bulgaria. She has a really sweet nature, but she's scared of everything and is very active. I love her, but she can't. It can be. I love her, but it can be. Do you know what though? I said this about Maggie because she came. Where was it? Might have been Albania, somewhere like that. And Romanians, I know a few. They're as hard as nails because of the life they had, and then they end up in a kill shelter. And it just, I probably will go to Romania and choose a couple of from there. I mean, it's difficult. Tracy deleted a message, right? I'll get there. I love your cat, Sally, and they absolutely adore you. Yeah, they are beautiful cats, Sally. I've got to be honest, but like I said, you're just their servant. To be honest, I am Ty's. Would love to see you doing live cooking. That'd be happy. Right. I was going to do cook. I'll tell you what. Let's be honest. Let's start off with. I'll do a couple of cooking videos first, and then we might go live. But the trouble is, when you cook live, I'll look into it. I know what it's about. I've watched enough. I might do it if I do a food prep one. I might just do it. But my kitchen, if you can imagine, saying what it goes. So the cooker would be in this corner, and the sink's over there. Which don't need the sink, but the counter. It's about getting the angles for the video because the cooker goes right into the corner. I thought about it, and I'll get there. Maybe live might be a bit more difficult, but we could make it. Something we'd do. But I'm not going to guarantee live. I was going to do. See, I did talk about this briefly. I had this plan of just going off into a field with my little camping stove, chopping a few bits up, cooking it, making a cup of tea, cooking, and then the ground's like tinder. I'm not going to go out there when it's raining or it's windy or when it's damp. So that might have to make till next spring. But I do when I go camping, I cook, so to it. But I might get. I used to have a counter thing for the. I might upgrade again on the cooking for the camping. If I do, I will. If I get a camper van sometime, I'm definitely cooking that when I'm out. And I don't mean cup of soups. Just like doing a casserole curry or stew or something. Or just a breakfast, a vegan breakfast. I could do it. But yeah, companions. But yeah, companions are important, aren't they? They won't make it. And they also, sorry guys. The companions, they also make sure that they keep us in check, don't they? I think about a lot of things too much, to be honest with you. We were talking to Elliot Fars about they've not had many rescues this year, but the story of Tom's amazing. Tom, they believe, came out of a cattle crate because he must have been given birth. His mum must have given birth, and this is Tom. He was found in a country lane by a lovely couple who went online, found out what to do for 24 hours, and kept him because he was told touch and go for quite a while. And that's the story. I'll get there in a sec, Jane. Sorry. I'll read that about the ads in a sec. But they found him in LA and they brought him, they took him to fight, and he's come along, but it was touch and go. Lots of ads tonight. That's good for though, as you'll earn a few pennies. Always let them run the first 30 seconds. Jane, if you're watching it live, don't honestly skip it as soon as you can. I appreciate you do it, but just don't. I'm gonna have to go into this. YouTube have done so many changes again. I promise you that I'll go into this when I do that. How much I earn. My shorts, which I'd always get 1,000 or so views, they're not. I'll just go through it. Picked them. And they send some because you get the creator studio. They try blaming it on me. I'll give you an example. The last one I'd done at 2 hours ago, so I had 65 views. The one before that, 85. Before that, the birthday, 714. Let's go through. Much needed rain got 1,200. Yeah, I've had a few ads pop up already. Just skip them after it gives you the skip option. Just do it, please, while you're watching live. Don't. Noisy Danish neighbours got 931. But I'd have I've got ads in the previous shorts where I've had 20,000 views. But if I go to, you've got to go into it and go into this. Let's just choose that. The Biscoff one got 714 views. They've only basically, they're saying everyone who. It's shocking how few people they're showing your videos to. No, Jane, honestly, you see, it's not. I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm going to go for it. I've got the pads up. Just bear with. I'll give you a quick sample of something. Just bear with me there, guys. I'm there. I'm just getting the notepad. It's not. Here you go. Here you go. I've got another one about. Just want to do something on this. It's not. It sounds good, but honestly, right, because that's a part of all the homework that I've done for my next. I did a bit of homework. I'd say that's a dozen pages, maybe 15. No more than 20. I'm not going to go into all the details on you. It's gone up slightly. My top ever video long form was the Gaz Oakley one. And when I did this at the end of July, and it's gone up 100 or so since. 4,200 views. Okay, but that was a long video, so bear with me. My top 10 shorts. I got a Saturday night dinner, 23,800. Also got a lot of subs. But I will say this here, I got a lot of subs, but then I lost a lot of subs because after Russia invaded Ukraine, YouTube took away all your Russian subscribers for a while. They don't come back. Yeah. Friday night dinner, 11,200. Tuesday night dinner, 9.3. Another bench, another day. Do you remember Scoutus Romulus Maximus, the golden retriever? I used to walk in on a bench and all that lot. Bear with. They sent me a birthday because he lives down in Yeovil way now. Bear with. Scoutus Percy Rice. It was a mess. Bear with. Wrong setup. Oh boy, he looks so old. He's only 8. He's not even 8 yet. That was Scoutus Romulus Maximus, scout on the bench. They sent me that beautiful picture of him. I miss him. I wanted to get up down there for this while I was on holiday. It never happened because of what happened with the kitchen last week. So another bench, 8.4. Tired Dogs, that's Frankie, 7.1 thousand. Tuesday night dinner, 7,000. Different bench, different day, 6.3 thousand. Slow start dog walk, 5.8 thousand. Thursday night dinner, 5.3. Homemade pineapple fritters. I made them. I have to do that. 4.8k. But a lot of these were before I was monetized. But what I'm trying to say is, and since I mean, just giving you a little bit. Oh, and I did my top 5 videos. I recently spoke to Gaz Oakley. It's gone up a bit, but 4,200. That's a long format. Lockdown life and vegan food, 1,400. Vegan book review, Gaz Oakley, 1,300. Feeling better, moving forward. That was a COVID video. 1,100. Butcher working for a vegan. 900. That's the John Mackey story. Do you know what, Jane? I think it's 24 now. Bear with I think that's 23,000. So no, I think it's 24. Where are they? Let's find out. Yeah, and it's the most. It shocked me. I thought I'd turn the key. Bear with me. Bear with me. Lifetime. Saturday night dinner. Oh no, I lie. It's 23,883. 23,883. It goes so slow because it was so long ago. It won't come up with it. I'm sure it won't. The stats because it was so. I can tell you how much. Do you know that Saturday night dinner? 23,800. Because it wasn't monetized when I did it. Do you know how much I made on that? I'll give you a clue. Just shy of 24,000 views, but because it was all before I was monetized, I made 2 pence. Honestly, 2 pence. Friday night dinner, I made a penny. I don't want to ruin it all for you because it comes through when I do the video. I've done all the homework on it. Right. So the Saturday night dinner, I want to do this. Can I get a picture of it? It was some oven chips. It was oven chips, a vegan chicken, plant chef chicken thing, in a bagel, toasted bagel. It did so well. Oh, do you know I was talking only, like I said, I got a happy birthday off Scout's family. Right, the story behind Scoutus Romulus. Right, Scout on a bench. This boy, golden retriever, I got him when he was a puppy to walk. But obviously you can't do a lot with puppies, garden visits and all that kind of stuff. We went through everything together. And Don't be jealous. I'll take you there now. Frankies, come on. Do you want to give me loving? Come on. You want loving? Come on then. Come on then, Frankies. You can hear me talking about another. I don't love him like I love you. I do. Scoutus Romulus Maximus, I called him after Gladiator. Scoutus Romulus Maximus. And I took him to every bench on the Campton Hill and I did a video. But I've got some amazing memories of Scoutus Romulus Maximus. I've got a picture up there of him, framed of him. So, amazing boy. But I'll read your message in a minute. So, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the names of them so you can find them. The guys. The Gaz Oakley video. I'll tell you how much I made on that one. The Gaz Oakley video was really powerful. You felt like you connected with him. So it was like a personal betrayal. No, do you know, honestly, the betrayal with that was he'd agreed to do the files open. They all know about it now. Izzy knew the day after. I saw him on May the 3rd. I know it was May the 3rd. And I went there and I did a shop video and I bought the knife. I've still got the knife and I had cake and that. And I bought the book, which he signed. I've still got it. I've not burned or anything like some of the extremers. I haven't, but you know what? I haven't looked at it since he declared. So, right, so go through it. He'd agreed because on April the 8th, August the 8th, we were doing the Files Open Day. It's actually his birthday. And it was twofold. He'd agreed to come to Fars and do a little chat with Sam and be there like as a to help out. You know, we hadn't gone into mass steps on it. We'd agreed he could do some kind of stall there if he wanted to. This is me and him agreed. When I said we agreed, but he agreed that he would go on the tour, one of the tours we do with the animals, and he would do a little talk about it, veganism. Ted, if you want to, you can do a cooking demo, but I don't know, you know, that's up to you. But but he agreed he would do something. The long story short is, within a few weeks, he'd already done the video. He'd already planned to do that video the week after, so he knew what he was doing. That was the betrayal, and the real betrayal, and it still concerns me to this day. And there will be one more video on him. I'm worried of what he's going to do now. I honestly believe, and this is a live exclusive, and I'll do a video on it. He was asking me questions about the animals at Fars. I honestly believe that my concern is truly concern. Do you know, I nearly went to his shop today, Saturday, the 22nd of August, because I didn't go on to check if it was open. I'm sure it would be open. I wanted to go because I've got one question I want to ask him, just to assure me that he's not going to, if he gets any sheep or pigs, they're just to give them a good life. If you know what I mean, because that's my concern. I need to do a video on that, but I'll be honest. There was another before we get to, so that was the betrayal, and he was asking me questions about sheep and pigs and what have you. And I know he's got chickens already, and I'm just like, I thought it was all innocent sort of thing. I don't believe it was so now, and I need reassurance on that. But that's just my personal views, opinions, and all that. But then I did that video. I think No Longer Vegan. I want to do them because it's a nerve with me. But oh, sorry, Frank, what's going on? Yes, you're a majestic girl. Got a lot to say, haven't you? Well, I did ask you to get involved. Don't look at me like you want to rip my throat out, because you don't. Don't turn your head as if to say, yeah. I know, Frankie. Watch this. Oh, okay. So that was the betrayal side of things. I'll tell you what, I nearly did one on Brian Johnson, because he did a big spiel about he went to meet his in-laws. He got engaged a few months ago, and he's vegan because it suits his. He's talked about he is vegan because it suits his dietary. But when he went to his in-laws, he happily ate meat with the mother-in-law. He wanted to get on their good side before asking for their blessing, and that really riled me. But I thought, well, I don't know him, nothing to me. But I did that other one because Love Sue, her video, because I've checked her out and she's quite impactful. And there are a number of people that do, like Mick the Vegan, a natural vegan, even PJ&B. They all do. But then that Love Sue, I haven't checked her out again, but she did all those crying bloody, trying meat for the first time. But yeah, that Gaz Oakley got me best ever. Tricia, your numbers are growing really nicely. Yeah. I think everyone's having a bad time at the moment on YouTube, but also because of the summer, there's more of a community feel now than there's ever been, which is lovely. You know what I mean? I do love that. What's the matter? Come on, what's the matter? I know what's the matter. Yeah, I know, Gil. I know. You okay? I know. We're good. Okay. Yeah. So I'm pleased with the number. It goes like this with YouTube, and I didn't have the subscribers to be monetized, but I had some really long-term followers before. What came to me just now, or came to me to live in general? Jane, yeah, you all right? What's going on? Try. Want to look through my eyes? Just put them there. You don't need them. Okay. What's the matter? Okay. Thank you to live with you. No, it's no. I'm Jacqueline. It's not that at all. To be honest, I think there are just things that I'm not prepared to talk about. Yes, we know, don't we? We know, and that's all that matters. But yeah, she was 12 on Wednesday, wouldn't you? Happy birthday to Frankie. Happy birthday to Frankie. Happy birthday to Frankie. Happy birthday, dear Frankie. Yes, I know. Good girl. Can I just carry on just doing this for 10 minutes? Chill out, watch some TV. She likes to lie on my legs, and she's changed her. She's changed her routine, and she comes up and lies on the beds, and then come on then. We're not early. Come on then. Come on, don't know. Come on then. I know. You struggling there. I'm not going to talk about it. Get you some medication. Do that. Yes. She's a good girl. I need to see what someone else is saying. Oh no. Oh. She said, and what do you enjoy watching on TV? Do you know what? I don't watch terrestrial TV, Jane. I don't. I've got I watch YouTube, and I've watched a few films in the last few months on YouTube. I've got YouTube, and I've gone through the channels. I've got Amazon. I rarely go on it, but there are a few good films now and again. And I've got Netflix. I don't mind it, but I'm getting more of the documentaries on YouTube now. I like to learn. Podcasts are my thing when I'm out walking the dogs. I do listen to podcasts quite a bit, to be honest. If I'm training, it's music. Things like The Prodigy, and they were vegan. So, I've definitely got to sort the camera out because I got a new camera, Jane, but didn't have time to sort it properly for tonight. I can't tell you the last time I watched terrestrial TV. Channel 4, BBC. I watched some on More 4 the other week. I got it on. Yeah. You right there, Gil? What's going on? I know. Get you some medication. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Oh. So I don't watch terrestrial TV. Can you hear a tail? Just making sure I haven't got missing any chat. How does this work? I can't see. Oh, okay. Trying to think. Recommendations. My daughter, I went round there and she's watching Downton Abbey at the moment, which has surprised me. But she's watching Downton Abbey. I never watched that. I'm watching. I've seen it. I've seen some of them before. Currently watching SEAL Team on. Just gone on to. Frankie's so happy to. Oh, she's always happy, but she likes her own space as well, don't you? You like your own space, yeah. Oh, I can tell you what it is. She can see herself on the telly. Don't do it, Peggy, because Peggy won't for the TV. What? Oh, what's that? I know. What's going on? What's the matter? Go and do your biz. Go and do your biz then. Go and do your biz. Go on. Go and do your biz. Come on. Go and do your biz. Go on. She's going out to the garden now to go and do her business because the door's open at the back. She will go. Yep, she's gone out to do her business. Could have been that. Yeah, thank you. She said, do you know what? All she wanted is to be loved. And I mean, I do believe that the two children, young man now, but they were boy and girl, young adults. They're adults now. They're both adults, and they had a lot more time for Franks, but then they had other dogs in that as well, so it's difficult. It's difficult. She's a wonderful girl, but Dragon Downton Abbey is so well made. I've seen about 5 minutes of one of them back when they were in the day on a Sunday night, but I've not watched them. Maybe one day. When I was young, my nan used to watch Upstairs, Downstairs. So I saw, and Crouch. General Hospital used to be filmed in Cheltenham, didn't it? And Crown Court. I'll tell you what, if I do, that's something. If you go through on Amazon, but I'm always a bit out of date because they don't do them up to date. I'll watch Chicago PD, Chicago Med, and the Fire one, Chicago Fire. I watched all the Walking Deads. I love Breaking Bad at the time. I like Vikings. Come on, Gil. Frankie. She said we're going to check her in a minute. You know, yeah, I'm really into learning. I listen to podcasts, but I also listen to podcasts on I listen to Mr. Ballon, but they can be pretty graphic and awful. And wartime stories, which are not what you're thinking. They're not like shoot 'em up or wartime. It's more like supernatural and UFOs and skinwalkers. And I listen to those kind of things. Yeah, I'm quite open, but I like to learn. When I'm working, I'm learning. And but I've stopped listening to the news because it's not good for me. It's the Whartons. I grew up watching it in the 70s and now watching it all the episodes all over again on Great TV. Okay, I've never seen Great TV. I probably got it, but I don't go through the channels. In fact, I go to the stage that Virgin sent me a new box and I've not put it in, and they disconnected the old box. because I'm going to change it just to internet when it's up for renewal. I think it's in October, I believe. But I used to love the Waltons. But the Waltons, I was never into. God, no, the different channels. I grew up. My first thing was $6 Million Man. And Grizzly Adams. That's the trouble. Grizzly Adams, Into the Wild, those kind of things are more me than Downton Abbey, you know. The Waltons were amazing. It was an amazing series. What else did I? I used to love The Professionals, Bodie and Doyle. Friday night, every Friday night with Chip Night when it was Professionals. Little House on the Prairie, yes. Yeah, that's they're redoing the Little House on the Prairie, aren't they? They've redone it, I should say. Grizzly Adams was fab. Yeah, I used to love watching Grizzly Adams. Barnet Man. But yeah, I didn't like him in when he did the Unknown Stuntman. What was that one? I'm the Unknown Stuntman who made Eastwood Look So Fine, where he played that. Yeah, I can't think. My tolerance for watching films has gone down. I used to like watching films. We changed our taste at the Fall Guy, Lee Majors. That's it. I didn't like him in the Fall Guy so much. I never watched the Dukes of Hazzard. Never got into it. My cousin used to be around at the weekend. Loved it. Come on. Come on. Come in. Come on then. Come on up. Good girl. Guess who's back? You're going to get in your corner now, are you? Okay. You do your thing. She's doing her thing. You can see you. Yeah. Most films these days are too graphic for me. I just too cozy TV these days. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, I am going to go and see. That it's probably the first. What was the last film? I can't think of the last film I saw. I saw one of the John Wicks. Back in 2019. How far are we going back? 2019. I went out on the Saturday night. I went away to London on the Saturday and saw Muse. Got back, saw Muse at the Millennium, West Ham's ground, which was the Millennium Stadium. Took my daughter home afterwards. Got home, watched Anthony Joshua do his boxing match, and he lost to the Mexican the first time they fought. And then on the Sunday, I got up and I went to the cinema. I bought pre-booked ticket and watched the John Wick just to go. And I think I've seen an Equalizer since then. I like Denzel. I think I watched Jacqueline said the same, Jane. I watched it, but I'm going to go, and it may be graphic, but I'm going to go and I'm not seen. I'm going to go and see. Oh, that was before then, The Monuments Men. I'm going to go and see Art of the Beast, Brad Pitt's new film with the basically the PSD traumatized dog. Yeah, I used to watch Wimbledon. I didn't watch Wimbledon this year, to be honest with you. Let's not keeping it real, guys. Keeping it real. I didn't watch Wimbledon this year. I used to love watch. I mean, Djokovic, not because he's vegan, but I used to like the era I liked was Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal. So I've kind of gone off a bit. I like the ice hockey, but I've only been 5 times in the last 3 years. But yeah, I might go and watch a few Gloucester rugby games, but that's might do. We'll see. Number of things I'm trying to think of. How do you explain it all? Trying to think. Bear with I. Let me give you a few things. So I'm not. Let's go to Netflix. See which ones I watch. I watched all the Vikings. The Last Kingdom was good, but it kind of gets a bit wishy-washy towards it. It got a bit difficult, the last few in the film. I watched only just recently in the last month. Watched Seven Kings Must Die, the last one. Truthfully, but I watched Breaking Bad. I'm not. I'm watching SEAL Team. I got into that Person of Interest, but I don't. No, that's it. Okay. I haven't watched Gladiator 2 yet. I watched Vikings, Chicago PD. Let's see. Having a quick look. The Last Kingdom. Yeah. So it got difficult. I watched Homeland back in the day, but I didn't watch. Got a bit of Vikings. Didn't watch all of Ozark in the end. I've not even watched The Queen's Gambit yet. So I watched some of those Better Call Saul, but I did like Breaking Bad. But I'm kind of glad it ended. I watched some of that Bloodline, but I didn't get into it. I haven't watched Adolescence yet. I will watch them. That's why I'm talking about them now. Never watched Orange is the New Black. Never watched it there. Someone's on about Broadchurch. I've never watched that. My daughter's watching Downton Abbey. Very good knows. I don't. Just having a quick nose. I did like said I watched used to love watching ER. I did watch all of Suits, and that was before Meghan married Harry and all that lot. Suits. I'll tell you the one I did like was Mad Men, set in the 60s and 70s. Doctor House. It says Doctor House on the top, but I did enjoy them. I watched the first one of The Night Manager as well. I've not watched the second season of it. I watched a lot of Yellowstone earlier in the year. No, I'm just trying to think. No. But yeah, no. That's about it, really. We'll leave it there. I'm trying to think what you guys put since. Ali the Vegan Caddy strictly will be the next thing to watch. Used to love taking my mum to watch the live tour. Always managed to get dance floor side seats. Miss not going. Oh, sorry to. Checking the Queen's Gambit is brilliant. I've heard it's brilliant, but I've not watched it, so I've just been transparent. It's one of those. How can you put it for me? It's something I will get round to watching at some stage, but I'm in no. Right, it's not going anywhere. He says that. I'm not going to be here forever, so maybe I should get on with it, eh? Maybe I should get on with it. So I just put the thing on to Jane. I used to watch Strictly when it first came when it first started and loved it. Went to the live tour, but it's lost its magic for me. Okay. I'm not a dancer, so I can't say that I've ever watched it, to be honest with you. But yeah, appreciate it. But each to their own. A lot of people love Strictly. I get it. I never watch X Factor. Never watched X Factor. I probably watched 2 or 3 acts. I thought, what's the matter? What's the matter? Can you hear that tail? What's the matter? You know I'm talking to you. Come on. Yeah. I know. I used to have, trying to think. I don't. What do you do? It's trouble with me is I didn't like watch it. I wouldn't watch X Factor because Simon Cowell. I actually remember watching. I used to watch. Big Brother used to be a thing me and my late partner would watch, and I watched one or two after she passed, but I stopped. I've never watched Aunt. I've never watched Aunt in Deck. What do they do in Australia? Not for me. Where they do the bush trucker trials and all that lot. I did watch a couple of series, one or two series of SAS Do Wears Wins, but I've seen clips of the celebrity ones, never watched them. I truly couldn't care about any of it, to be honest with you. It's not me, and I'm not a dancer, so the dancing ones, I mean, oh, but trying to think. Yeah, I've not watched it. I've not watched it in about 20 years. If it's still going around, I don't know. I lose track. The Nasty Nicks and all that lot, Jane. Yeah, um, yeah. Um, I think I watched it one year. I think I last watched it in something like 2007, maybe 2008, but not since then. I think we used to travel and go shopping, grab a bite to eat, then go watch the show at an home. Made a great day out. I'm sure it did. But you've got memories from that, and that's important. You've got them. Jane says it was really great at the start. I'm just not a dancer, and the difficulty came for me. Oh, go on. That sounds lovely, Ali. Yeah, Jane says it sounds lovely, Ali, and I agree. It does. We, my daughter was when my daughter was a bit older, and we had the allotment. I would go there on a Saturday evening, and she would watch. She, my brother would come round, chill with her at times, and they'd watch X Factor. He was the one. You got to see the Susan Boyle. You won't believe it, and all that lot, And um, but she would watch X Factor. And I don't think my daughter's ever been into. I don't know. She's a lot younger. She watches her thing. Yeah, that's the trouble. I think we with things like Big Brother, X Factor. I think I never watched Ant in Deck Saturday Night Takeout, whatever it was called. But I remember I used to watch TFI, but I stopped watching that before it became unpopular as well back in the day because it just you can only take so much of it, can't you? And that's an important thing to remember. We can only take so much of things as well because, yeah, it's good. But I'm going to wrap it up in a few minutes, guys. We're going to sort Frankie out for the night. Mind you, saying that she's crashed out of sleep now on the sofa, but I'm going to wrap up in 5 minutes. So if you've got any last thoughts, comments, anything at all, please share. And what do you all think? You can do it in the Never one. I'll do a poll. What Saturdays is the night for me now. I might do one in the week in the winter months. In Brash and Borsey, Saucy's not for me. Yeah, that's fair enough. I totally get it. I mean, I don't like. I think my daughter used to watch that Love Island. She definitely watched Made in Chelsea, and not interested. Not interested. One iota. But I do realise a few became famous since then from other things, but never was for me. Just going to do an experiment. Just going to do 1, 2, 3. Right. There's something about this live. You said about the adverts being extra. They've changed it again because you do it. I used to ask for as few. I used to ask for as few adverts as possible, but there was also a minute delay, and now there's about a 5-second delay. Yeah, my daughter's 31, Ali, so it's different generation in it. I mean, I remember she came. Oh, Gossip Girl. She used to watch big time, but I don't. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do the post. So I think I'll do a poll up for the timings to make sure. I'm quite happy to do 8 o'clock. I'm happy to delay it a little bit and go on later. I mean, but we've been going on for 2 hours and 30 minutes and 10 seconds time. So it's been a long one already. And I just want to chill out for 1 hour before I go to sleep. Okay. I watched the first series of Love Island and enjoyed it, not since then. So it's fair enough. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. It's been lovely. There's still 10 of us on board. Well, I know I'm one of them over on the there. Sorry. So there are 9 others aboard, but I'm going to wrap it up and say good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for contributing. I'm sorry, Ali, but by all means, there's comments. There's lots of Frank at the beginning. Go back and watch the beginning. But even if you just watch the first 15 minutes, I think you get a Frankie dosage. But yeah, thank you, Ali. Yeah, good night, Jane. Good night, Ali, and you, Jacqueline, of course, and Jake, if you're still watching, mate, please. It's a different man, yeah. Tracy, right? I know. No, sorry, Tracy. I didn't realize you were still there. Sorry. Good night, Tracy. Yeah, I will do. Yeah, I was going to say to you, I'm worried about the Matts, especially Matt from down in Cornwall. I haven't heard from him for a while. I might message him later on. Make sure he's all right. Right, or everyone's saying good night, so I'll let it wrap. I'm just going to go off. Let you all say your messages to each other. I'm going to go and put the kettle on, so I'll leave this, but there won't be me here. You can hear Frankie snoring, and I'll shut it off in a couple of minutes. Just going to make a cup of tea, then I'll come back and I'll switch off the live. So good night, everyone. Take care, stay safe. See you next Saturday. There'll be a video or two in the week. But thanks again for tonight. It's been wonderful. Thank you. Bye. Ooh. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Instead of you watching, good night, guys. Oh, Tracy retracted a message. Good night. Take care. Stay safe. Till the next one. Bye.